What's up, peeps? So today we have something a little bit different. I have the Hohem smartphone gimbal. It's an AI smartphone gimbal. It's a little different today because I normally do like mirrorless cameras, DSLRs, that kind of thing. But this company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review this guy. So I said, yeah, let's check it out because I've been using my smartphone, my iPhone a lot more lately, and Yaz here in the shop uses her iPhone a lot because she just doesn't like to put all this gear up and everything. So let's do an unboxing of this and let's see what comes with it. And then later on, let's go see if we can make anything cool with it. Also, disclaimer, I am not being paid to make this. They just sent me this pre-release. And so that's kind of cool, kind of exciting, but I'm not being paid. All these thoughts are my own. So anyways, let's get into this gimbal and let's see what comes in the box. Handy dandy knife. So let's open this guy up and see what is going on. Packaging is kind of cool. Looks like it just slides off here. Says, make the moment, enjoy it. Kind of cool. So this looks like just kind of a quick start guide with an app that you need to download and how to boot up the gimbal and how to use it. So we'll keep that over here off to the side. So it looks like we got two different boxes. This is super nice, actually, packaging. These look like just user manuals in here. This is like a microfiber bag. So we'll set that off to the side over here as well. And here is the box. This is what comes inside. This thing is super small. So this looks like a little stand. I have a DJI Ronin S. And this is just kind of like a miniature version of this. It is plastic, but it looks super nice. I like the detailing inside. So it comes with a USB-C, USB cable. And actually, this looks like, if you give me a sec, it comes with a little adapter. So this is a USB adapter, and this is USB-C, USB-C. So that's kind of cool. Will fit most every use case. And let's pull out the gimbal. So the gimbal feels sturdy. This definitely feels sturdy. I know that I said this little guy, this little stand feels kind of plasticky, but this gimbal feels well made. So I'm gonna prop this guy open and we'll set that off to the side over here. Okay, so I've been playing with this probably like a minute or two, and it has a really cool little kind of lock feature. So this thing turns around, and this kind of where you put the phone in, it has a little built-in notch here that I'll do some B-roll of so you can see it, that attaches to this part of the gimbal. And that is what kind of locks it in place. Super cool. So I have not handled this prior to this. And so I'm just kind of discovering this new right now as we're going. And it does seem pretty intuitive to me. So it has a lock feature here on this axis as well. So that'll lock that in place, which is super nice. Well, let's see if we can fit my huge iPhone XS Max in here. Okay, so just without even powering anything on, I just wanted to see if the iPhone XS Max fits in. This is the same size as the iPhone 12 Pro. And it fits, so that's cool. So let me charge this thing up and let's power it on and kind of test it out a little bit. Okay, we gotta do it again. We have to do it again, I know. But you literally walked towards me and you knew it was gonna turn.
But you're on that. Okay, let me put the products on this side.
So you might be able to tell who I think that this is for based on that little cinematic bit. it's not necessarily for cinematographers. I think that this gimbal is more geared towards those solopreneurs. Maybe you have an Instagram account with some following and you're doing everything on your own. Maybe you run a business and it's online, maybe you have a shop. And I think it's really for those people who are doing most of everything on their own, maybe using an iPhone or a smaller camera. Ideally, in this case, an iPhone or some sort of smartphone where you're recording footage on there. Even more specifically, I think that because the iPhone's stabilization, the 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro, the stabilization is so good in those cameras. I think that this adds a little bit in the way of stabilization, but what I think it really adds is in that AI tracking feature. That to me is the bread and butter of this little gimbal. The fact that this is in here and all I have to do is press a button and it's on, and I don't necessarily even have to use the app. I can use my native camera app, I can use Filmic Pro, I can use any other app that I want, and this AI tracking still works with the hand gestures. You have the hand gesture, it's kind of like the OK hand gesture to start tracking. You can stop tracking, and you can also switch between vertical and horizontal shooting modes just by these different hand gestures, which is kind of cool. I love the fact that you don't need their native app to make those things work. I think that is critical. The fact that it will just work by me turning the system on, and then I can use the gestures and I'm off and running. I think that is super, super cool. Obviously it has the other features like it's charged via USB-C, that's nice. And I think that if that wasn't the case, then that would kind of be a little bit cumbersome. But I really think that that AI tracking is kind of the sell in this guy, because for somebody who's doing everything on their own, they can set this down on a tabletop and start the tracking and conduct their Instagram live. You can make TikTok videos pretty easily with this, I would say. I think for TikTokers, for Instagrammers who are doing everything on their own, maybe you're not a professional photographer, cinematographer, this might be a potential for you. As far as the payload that this will handle, it'll handle, according to the specifications, up to 280 grams. It does handle a iPhone 12 Pro Max. I recently upgraded my phone, and that was the phone that you saw in the cinematic bit, and it handles it. Granted, not in every position. If you don't balance it right, like if the phone is not sitting directly balanced in this, if it's off to one side or the other, it's gonna let you know that, hey, like this is not working. And make sure that you need to have it centered in the middle for it to be balanced on there. If you try and add a lens, say one of the Moment lenses or a Sandmark lens onto it, it's gonna be a little bit too heavy. I tried it with a Sandmark lens that I'm currently testing out, and it was way too much weight for it to handle. All in all, I think that this is a cool little piece of equipment for the right person. And I definitely think that it's one of the gimbals to watch out for as far as in this smartphone world. This could be really, really cool for making TikToks. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, my name is David Roscoe, and you deserve to live a creative life. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.